Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. It's that time of the week. We've got past the wild card. We're in the divisional round now. Let's go, man. This is going to be a fun week of football. We got some really good matchups. We got banner after banner after banner. And I got my man Steve to break it all down. What are we doing? How we doing? How we
How
doing?
it
How
doing?
we doing?
Doing
Paisano?
really well. The Eagles lost and the Cowboys lost. What more could you want? It was a
Yeah.
great weekend for me, at least. It was good for you for what? That one game. The Cowboys
Oh, it
day,
was great
Sunday.
till on Monday.
Sunday was great, right? Sunday was great. You got your
Both my
games right.
yeah,
The
both the
Cowboys lost, right?
Steelers and Eagles lost. That hurt me. So
Yeah. But hey, we got a great slate of games this coming weekend. Divisional round.
divisional
Let's
round
talk
match.
about the first game, man.
How about them Texans, man? They dominated. They beat the Browns. Now they're traveling. They're on the road this time. They're leaving Houston. They're playing the number one team in football, arguably, in the Baltimore Ravens. This is an interesting matchup. It could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston won. I know they have an uphill battle to climb, but they play. Yeah, they have a shot. But I'll let you go first, Steve. What you got here?
Man, give me the favorites. Give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens will take care of the Texans. I feel like they have more experience in the playoffs, especially with Mr. John Harbaugh, not Jim, John. John Harbaugh will lead the way, get the job done. The defense has been one of the best defenses in the league, probably the best defense. I think they'll take care of CJ Stroud. They'll create pressure, and I think he'll turn the ball over this game. I really do. And then offensively, you got pretty much the MVP on your offense, Lamar Jackson. I think he, got that MVP for this season. And then you got, Odell. Odell's not been great, but Mark Andrews, he's back in the fold, right? He's healthy now. So you add him to the offense, adding another element.
Mhm.
Him and Isaiah likely as the tight ends. And Zay Flowers, he's been good all year. They have Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook now. Let's see how much he's going to be cooking. I don't know if it's a great
Nah,
addition.
not at all. Not at all.
We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be fun. And yeah, he got the Gus Edwards, right? So I think overall the Ravens, if they don't win this game, they have to make some changes too. That's what I think.
Ooh.
I think they have to make some changes.
Well,
Now,
Steve, I don't think the time for change is now. I also got the Ravens winning this game. Like for the reasons you said, Mark Andrews being back is going to give him a huge jolt. He's a top five tight end easily in this league. Probably Lamar's favorite target on offense. And like you said, you got experience with Odell. You got Nelson Aguilar there, who's been in a deep
ooh,
playoff run as well. Got Safe Flowers, who's a nice rookie. And yeah, you got Gus Edwards. You got I forget the other running back's name, but he's not bad either. But yeah, they got solid offense, and their defense been like number one in the league. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, like Justin Matthew BK, all those guys. They got a lot of talent. Marlon Humphrey too. They got a lot of talent there. I like Bobby Slowick, what he's doing with Houston's offense. Maybe they could put up points on them, but then again, it just Ravens are just a well-oiled machine in the AFC, and I do believe they played earlier in the Ravens in the season. I think it was like it might have been a Week One game if I'm thinking about it right, but I do remember Baltimore winning that game. And yeah, I'm still going to pick the Ravens here. I just think they're more complete. But what a start for the Texans, man! They got a bright future though.
for sure, for sure.
And
Next game,
bringing
man.
it into the next game,
Ooh, that's not the next
we
game.
got the Packers coming off
Yeah.
that upset,
Who would have
dominant
thought?
victory on those Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys sold
Now
again.
they have to travel. They have to go on the road. They got to be road warriors all the way out. They want to make it to the Super Bowl. They got to go to San Fran this time to take on the 49ers. Another well-oiled machine, too. It's another tough one. I guess I'll take this one first. I'm taking the 49ers. Uh, why? Because I believe in Kyle Shanahan's play calling. The Packers defense, even though they played well against Dallas, they are a little bit suspect. They did give up yards against the likes of the Panthers and mediocre offenses like Baker Mayfield threw like a for a perfect passer rating. So I'm still not a fan of the Packers defense. I think Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan, Debo Samuel, what George Kittle, what
what?
McCaffrey,
What?
Ayuk, and those guys they can find holes. They can scheme it up, and they're so dynamic on offense that the Packers will have trouble containing them. And yeah, and then also Steve Wilkes done a good job with that defense. They got playmakers there too, and it for them to scheme it. I don't think they're going to play a lot of dime like they saw against Dallas, like the 6 defensive backs that they faced. They're going to have more of the big boys. They're going to have like Javon Hargraves of the world, the Eric Armsteads, the Bosa's. They're going to roll their big boys out there. So it's going to be hard for Aaron Jones to get the run game going. I think they're going to try to rely on Jordan Love to make plays. Jordan Love's a good quarterback, but it's another big spot for him, like another test to prove himself. And we'll see if he rises to that. I think they're going to rely on him to find playmakers down the field and play stout, stop the run, and play that style of football. So I'm going to take the 49ers here.
Yeah, I agree with all your points. I got the Niners as well. They're the favorites. Packers, though, you got to give them a lot of credit. I did not think they would win that game. I didn't think they win in that fashion. They were what? Up like 27-0 at halftime over the Cowboys. Like, you got to give credit to Matt LaFleur and that coaching staff.
For sure.
The players, Jordan Love, looked really good. And, the sky's the limit for him right now. Like, the jump he took from, like, the first half of the season to now, like, sensational for sure. But I got to give the Packers credit. But they're going to play the Niners. And the Niners, they're one of the best teams, most complete teams in this league. And I think it'll be a very tough task to beat them. I think the trenches, what's going to hurt the Packers, their O-line and the Niners D-line just outmatch the Packers by a margin, a very wide margin. I think Nick Bosa and Chase Young, they're going to create pressure. They're going to get to the quarterback. You got Hargrave in there, right? Like, they got a studded defensive line. Linebackers, Fred Warner, he's been him. Greenlaw, him, right? That team has been sensational, and you got to give it credit to, like you said, Steve Wilkes. I think he might get, a head coaching opportunity. We'll see. He's at least getting interviews, and you know why. But the Niners, I'm liking Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, I think he's a top 10 quarterback in this league. I think he's more than a game manager than people are saying. Just to do what he's done, being a 7th-round pick, got to give him a lot of respect. And that offense, man, you're not going to stop McCaffrey. You're not going to stop Kittle, Debo, Ayuk. I could go on and on. Juwan Jennings. I'm kidding about Juwan Jennings. But overall, I think Kyle Shanahan has Matt LaFleur's number, and he's done it twice in the NFC Championship game. Or no, it wasn't twice. Once, right? That Raheem Mostert game, that 3-touchdown game.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So I think Kyle Shanahan, he's a better coach than Matt LaFleur. And I just don't think the Packers right now, the roster is up to par with the Niners. This was supposed to be a rebuild year for the Packers, and they beat the Cowboys in the wild card round and moved to the divisional round. So you got to give them credit there. They had a great season, but I do think it comes to an end on Saturday. So, yeah, give me the Niners. They're going to move on to the NFC Championship round.
Yeah, and I think the Packers are the youngest team in the league at like 24. Like the average like 24,
so
25.
You got to give them credit. They had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Did not expect that.
Bright future, and I'm jealous too of like how they develop quarterbacks. They do it the right way. Just going from Favre to Rodgers to now Jordan Love, who looks like a franchise guy that could lead him to a Super Bowl eventually. Yeah, awesome. Credit for how they do it. Everyone should follow like the Packers' footsteps there.
All right. Now we move on to Sunday's games. If it loads,
yeah,
here we go. Games. NFC, another game.
The Buccaneers, who broke my heart against the Eagles, set change for the Eagles franchise. They're moving on, though. A nice wild card win, dominant win. Baker Mayfield looked great that game. But they have another tough test. They're traveling. They're not at Tampa. They're going up to Detroit. They're playing Jared Goff. They're coming off a huge win, 24-23, I believe, against the Rams. Yeah, big win. Different. I could see this as a sneaky upset, Steve. You're picking the upset. You're picking the Bucks.
Nah, man, I'm not picking the Bucks. I got the Lions. I think the Lions will take care of business just like they took care of the Rams. Man, I love the Lions. I love what Dan Campbell's doing there, changing the culture, winning their first playoff game in over 30 years. You got to give him credit for that. Jared Goff, he's a hell of a quarterback. People shit on him his whole career, and he's
Yeah,
making changes to this Lions culture and winning these games. Got 12 wins on the season. Like, you got to give him credit. That offense, though, great job scheming up Mr. Johnson. He's balling right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown is him, right? I love what they're doing in the backfield. They got the two-headed monster, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. They a great draft class with him and Sam Laporta, who's been a great addition to that offense. They moved off of Hawkinson and insert Sam Laporta. He hasn't missed a beat at the tight end spot, the Lions. So overall, what they're doing there, changing the culture, I'm like what I'm seeing. Aiden Hutchinson, he's been a menace only in his second year. He's the sky's the limit, right? The sky's the limit for Aiden Hutchinson. But yeah, got to give credit to the Lions. But the Bucks, they've had a great year. Baker, he's earned himself a second contract, right? Todd Bowles have been
yeah.
great. Down up that defense yesterday, held the Eagles to 9 points. I didn't think it would be that much of a blowout. I thought it would be a closer game, but I think that was more because of the Eagles. The reason why that game wasn't that close, all their coaching errors, I guess you could say. We don't know if Nick Sirianni will be back. We're going to talk about that on the podcast. So that's why we're not recording the podcast right now. We got the predictions, but yeah, got to give credit to the Bucks. Baker's been playing, I guess, some of his best football in his career. He's grown up. He's matured. Mike Evans, though, hasn't been himself. Had some two crucial drops that could have, put that game over within the third, fourth quarter. But,
Not even.
all not even. But all in all, though, the Bucks, the defense showing up to play. You got to give credit to Baker and Todd Bowles. Like, they've had a hell of a year. I just think it comes to an end on Sunday. I think the Lions are the better team. They got, especially the trenches. Like, I think that will take care of the Bucks. Just having one of the best offensive lines in the league, that will take care of business, and that's why I think they will beat the Bucks on Sunday.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm picking the Lions for the reasons you so brilliantly articulated, right? Jared Goff's been playing good football, right? And they got that run game that can keep him balanced. Like just talking about the Eagles game real quick, I think they only ran DeAndre Swift 5 times, which is ridiculous. And a team that likes to blitz a lot, getting the run game for them is crucial. And I think Ben Johnson is more inept and able to call more run plays. He has the wherewithal to know to run the ball than the Eagles do.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's not hard.
throw more in the middle of the field when they're blitzing their linebackers and stuff. So I think the Lions will put up a substantial amount of more points than the Eagles did for sure. And for on the defense side, yeah, Aiden Hutchinson's been a revelation there. Another rookie, Jack Campbell, he's a good linebacker too. That I don't think gets enough looks. He's been playing good. CJ GJ's back. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is another dog that gets them going, fired up. A lot to like about the Lions team, and I think they'll make the NFC Championship game as well. So I'm rolling with the Lions here.
Yeah, I
But like you
think,
said, shout out to Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield.
yeah, hell of a season from both of them.
Yeah.
And then if it wants to load, I don't know why it backs
I,
out every time.
I think this is the
I think it's the game of the week.
most anticipated game. As we
Yes.
know from a couple years ago, probably one of the greatest football games we ever watched was when was that Chiefs Bills where they're just trading blow after blow after blow. But this time it's not in KC. Patrick Mahomes is going to have a road test. They're going on the road. They're going to play the Buffalo Bills home. Maybe it's another blizzard-like condition game. Maybe not. We'll see what the forecast is later in the week. But I don't know if that's going to deter any of our picks here. See if you want to go first. Have at it. If you want me to go, I'll go.
I will go. I will get it over with. So, yeah, the anticipated game of the week, rematch from 2 years ago. It's the prime time game on Sunday. I got the Buffalo Bills beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, why do you say that? I think they're more of a complete team. I trust Josh Allen more in this game than I do Patrick Mahomes because he has more weapons, and these weapons are more reliable. Like Diggs, he didn't do much in that last game, right? He was throwing to more Deontay Hardy. He was throwing to Shakir, right? Gabe Davis wasn't even in that game, and they didn't miss a beat, that receiving core. Dalton Kincaid, he's great rookie tight end, right? You got Dawson Knox. He has guys that he can rely on. I think 4 different receivers scored a touchdown in that game. That offense was humming. Defensively, they got a great defense. They have some corners missing though, right? Some guys are banged up. I know Rasul Douglas, right? He's out. Number 30, don't remember his name. I think was it Bernard, something like that. He got banged up in that game. And then that defensive line, Ed Oliver, Von Miller hasn't been much of himself. Hopefully he could get back to that. I don't know. Probably all those injuries catching up to him. But I want to see Von Miller be successful.
I forgot it was on the Bills.
Yeah, right? Like they have him, but the defense has been balling. DeMar Hamlin was playing last game. Do you know that? DeMar
I didn't see
Hamlin was
him. Yeah.
that's good to see, right? But I just think right now, this Bills team, they have that game on their mind from 2 years ago. They want to get the job done. And I think Josh Allen, he knows this is a great opportunity to advance and be in that AFC Championship game. I think Diggs is going to step up this game. They really haven't used him as much. So I think he's going to show up. And then the running backs, you got James Cook, you got Johnson, Latavius Murray, Leonard Fournette. They got everything you could possibly need, and that offensive line was playing great against the Steelers on yesterday. But the Chiefs, I think this game will be relatively close because of how well their defense is. That Spags defense showed up against the Miami Dolphins in that cold weather game. It was felt like negative 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
Andy Reid's mustache was all frozen and shit. Like it was fun to watch. They locked up Tyreek Hill other than that one touchdown. So I think they will put a game plan out there to make it tough for Josh Allen and the Bills. But overall, I think the Bills will get the job done and should be, a defensive game. But I just trust the Bills offense right now more to score more points than the Chiefs. So that's why I got the Bills winning this game.
Make some fair points. But fortunately for me, I'm disagreeing with you. I don't like agreeing with you too much.
No.
I'm going with the Chiefs. Why? They have the best quarterback in the damn game. I don't care if Allen has more weapons. Mahomes is still him. He's still that guy.
Okay, we'll see.
His offensive line is much better than the Steelers' offensive line. I think they struggle getting the run game going. The Pittsburgh Steelers did. I don't think that's going to be much of a problem this time. I think Pacheco can get going a little bit. That'll help Mahomes out in the passing game. Andy Reid can dial up some play action fakes, some handoffs, mix it up on him. And Rashee Rice has been coming along nicely. He's looking like a bona fide receiver for Mahomes for years to come. And I think, too, Kelsey's just due for a big game. It's bound to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm thinking this is the game he goes off on. This is the game we say he's the best tight end in the league. This is it. I'm calling it. He's going to have a big time game as well. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Spags, he's gonna mix it up. He can send blitzes. He's gonna mix it up on them. I do think the Steelers case, they missed TJ Watt, but those guys have Carl Loftus, they have Chris Jones there, so I think it's gonna be harder. They're gonna be harder to block with the disguises, the pressures that they're gonna give him, the different looks they're gonna give Josh Allen. Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. And I think they can contain Stephon Diggs a little bit better, even with Gabe Davis coming back. I still think that the Chiefs can still win this game. They can still contain Josh Allen a little bit too. But and they have to neutralize James Cook in the running game. That just helps Allen out tremendously more, and it helps him make less mistakes. You got to make him turn the ball over. You got to make him feel like I have to make big plays. And if Mahomes is doing his thing, driving down the field, putting up points, then Josh Allen's going to take the game over in his hands, and he might make an errant throw or two that can go the Chiefs' way. And with that all being said, I'm picking Kansas City.
Yeah, all fair points. We'll see what happens. But should be the best game of the week, I hope. I want it to
Yeah,
be neck and neck. I want it to go to overtime again. Like I want all that to happen. I want the best game of the season on Sunday. That's what I
I,
want to see.
I, I think we're in for a treat this weekend. I think
Yeah,
to
there's
cap
some
it
good
all off,
games.
we're going to cap it off with probably the most eyeballs on this game, the most intrigue, the most. Is Taylor going to be there? It's going to be cold. Is she going to be okay?
Definitely, she'll definitely be there.
Will she have a box? I don't want her to.
She'll definitely have
I
a
don't want her to
box.
freeze
She's
to
a
death.
billionaire, bro.
I don't want
She'll
Bill's
definitely.
Mafia throwing snowballs at her.
Oh, that would be awesome to
It
watch. I
would
would
be
love to see that. I hope it happens. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
awesome.
Yeah, but that's all the 4 games.
That is
So
all the
that's
4 games.
crazy. The season's almost over, man. I'm sad.
Then we'll be back with predictions next week for the AFC and the NFC Conference Championship games. Can't wait to talk about that. Break down the divisional round too next week. A lot to unpack there, and also be on the lookout for the podcast episode. We'll have that out to you also. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button. That really helps us out. And follow us on. We got that Facebook going. We got the X, the Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're active on there. We're also on Apple Podcasts. What? We're on Spotify. What?
What?
Basically everywhere. And if you want us on more stuff, comment where you want us at. We'll be there.
Yeah. I
Okay?
love to be on every service.
Every service. Because we love you.
We love you. It's amazing.
Love you.
We got a link
You're
tree
amazing. Link tree. Yeah.
down
Link
below.
tree.
Click it.
Click it.
Do it.
Do it.
What are you doing? You hear
Follow
us right
us.
now? Click it.
Do it right now. What are you doing? Now. Do it.
Now. What are you
Now.
doing? Come on.
All right.
All right.
But have a great divisional round weekend, everyone. We do love you. We mean it. And stay safe.
Promise.
Stay warm from the snow
Stay
and the
warm.
cold.
We got a snow day right now.
We're having a
We're
snow day.
snowed in.
Yes. And yeah, and that's it from us. Benchwire.
Out.